Am I audible, children? So, good afternoon, everyone. Today we are going to see prose to the sound of music. The sound of music. What's the name of the lesson?
The sound of
The
music.
sound of music.
The sound of music. Those who have the textbook, you can see it on and see. It has two parts. First one is Elvin Glenine, listen sound without hearing it. What's the name of the first part? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Audible, ma'am.
See, children, we are in remote classes, remote. So, if you are answering my question only, I am able to understand that whether it is possible to you or not. Okay, so please
Ma'am, your voice is
answer to my question. Now it is audible.
no, ma'am. Somewhat breaking, ma'am. Somewhat okay, ma'am.
Somewhat breaking. See, today we are going to see prose to the sound of music. What was the name of our prose one?
The fun they had, ma'am.
The
Fun they had,
Okay,
ma'am.
okay. It was a
And
futuristic scientific fiction. Fun Day Hard was a futuristic scientific fiction. Then apart from this, it's a very interesting experience of a musicians. So part 1, Elvin Glenine listened to sound without hearing it. What is the part 1 title? From the title itself, we can understand that the person, those who are presenting, or the narrator is presenting in front of us a little girl whose name was Elvin Glenine. She listened the music without hearing it. Is it possible, children? Listening to something without hearing it?
no, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No, we
ma'am.
all human beings know that it is impossible. But Elvin Glenine, she made it a possible one without hearing. She was a deaf girl, but she mastered in listening, but she mastered in music. She was a famous musician. See first paragraph. Rush hour crowds jostle for posts position on the underground train platform. A slight girl, looking younger than her 17 years, was nervous and excited as she felt the vibrations of approaching train. It was her first day at the prestigious Royal Academy of Music in London and daunting enough for any teenager fresh from Scottish fan. But this aspiring musician faced a bigger challenge than most. She was profoundly deaf. So it is like a flashback. So we can see while our some cinemas we can see here also our heroine was standing in a railway platform, underground railway platform. Rush hour crowds jostle for position on the underground train platform. It was a busy hour of the day. All the people they are rushing towards the underground train platform to catch their particular trains to reach their destination. So there we can see a slight girl. What do you mean by slight?
Small and
I'm
thin girl.
small and thin, ma'am.
Small. Very good. Small and thin girl. Small and thin girl. She is a slight girl, looking younger than her 17 years. Looking younger than her 17 years. What was her age? How old was she?
I'm 17.
17 years. 17 years was nervous yet excited and she felt the vibrations of the approaching train. So she also felt somewhat excited and nervous because she felt the vibrations of the approaching train. The train is coming. One train was coming there. She felt the vibration. See, underline the word. She felt the vibrations of the approaching train. Why she felt the vibration? Because she cannot hear the sound of the train like snakes. Do you know how snakes? Actually, snakes they doesn't have ear or ears, but they can feel the sound through the vibration. Likewise, she also felt the vibration of the approaching train. So she felt nervous and excited. It was her first day at the prestigious Royal Academy of Music in London, and daunting enough for any teenager fresh from Scottish from. Excited and nervous because she was going to the prestigious musical academy or a Academy of Music in London. So she becomes nervous and excited. Why she become nervous and excited? She was going to the prestigious Royal Academy of Music in London, and she was afraid or she was frightening enough. She has enough fear because she is a little cute girl from Scottish. Scottish. Where is Scottish? Which? What is the name of the country? Scotland. Okay, she was from Scotland. Then where she was going? To where she was going? She was going to. She was going to London Academy of Music, Royal Academy of Music. So she was going to attend any program or present any program in Royal Academy of Music in London, and daunting enough for any teenager fresh from Scottish farm. But this aspiring musician faced a bigger challenge than most. She was profoundly deaf. What is very particular about her? Why the narrator is telling us about only that little girl? There were many people were there, but the narrator is only focusing on the very little girl. Why? Because she is not a little girl. She was 17 years old. The narrator is focusing only on her because she was profoundly deaf. What do you mean by profoundly? Completely, totally deaf. What kind of people are deaf people?
Deaf, ma'am.
And they cannot.
Ma'am, they are blind.
They cannot hear anything. They can see, but they cannot hear anything. That kind of people is known as deaf.
Hear anything, ma'am.
First paragraph, understood children. Listen once again. Rush hour crowd jostle for the position on the underground train platform. A slight girl looking younger than her 17 years was nervous and excited as she felt the vibrations of the approaching train. It was her first day at the prestigious Royal Academy of Music in London, and daunting enough for any teenager fresh from the Scottish family. But this aspiring musician faced a bigger challenge than most. She was profoundly deaf. So the narrator is telling to us that little cute girl, she was waiting in underground train platform, is going to present a music performance in Royal Academy in London. But she felt a little bit nervous and tense. The author is telling to us that that is nothing comparing to her challenges what she faced in her life. What was the challenge she faced in her life? She reached this much heights even though she was deaf. Got it, children? She was what kind of a girl was she? She was a deaf girl. Elvin Glennine's loss of hearing had been gradual. Her mother remembers noticing something was wrong when the 8-year-old Elvin was waiting to play piano. They called her name and she didn't move. I suddenly realized she hadn't heard, says Isabel Glenine. For quite a while, Elvin managed to conceal her growing deafness from friends and teachers. But by the time she was 11, her marks had deteriorated and her headmistress urged her parents to take her to a special kind of school or a specialist. It was then discovered that her hearing was severely impaired as a result of gradual nerve damage. They were advised that she would be fitted with with hearing aids and sent to school for the deaf. Everything suddenly looked black, says Elvin. See what happened? What happened to her? By birth, she was not a deaf girl. She was a healthy girl, like a normal child. Nothing, no handicapness was for her. One minute, children. Elvin Glenine's loss of hearing had been gradual. What do you mean by gradual?
Higher studies.
Ma'am, slowly or gently?
Slowly. Slowly. Gradual means slowly. So it was a gradual process. It was a gradual process. What was a gradual process?
Ma'am, no damage.
Loss of hearing. Her loss of hearing was a gradual process. So, who noticed it first?
Ma'am,
Her mother only noticed first.
Her mother only noticed. At which age she noticed this one?
Ma'am, 8
Ma'am,
years.
18 years old, ma'am.
No, 8 years. 8 years. 8
old, ma'am.
years.
Sorry, ma'am.
8 years old when she noticed this one, when she was waiting to play the piano. Maybe any school for competitions or any other competition. When she was at at the age of 8, she and her mother was waiting. What happened then? There, they called her name several times, but she didn't move. That time, mother realized that she didn't hear. Got it, children? While she was waiting for a piano presentation, listen, while she was waiting for a piano presentation, the authorities, they called her name so many times, but she didn't move. That time, her mother realized that she didn't hear anything. Said Isabel Glenine. For quite a while, Elvin managed to conceal her growing deafness from friends and teachers. So that happened in the 8 years old. Then after that, she was trying to conceal. Underline the word conceal. What do you mean by conceal? What do you mean by conceal, children?
Confirming.
Conceal, na hide. So what do you mean by conceal? Hide. C-O-N. CEAL means hide. മറച്ചു വെക്കുന്നത്. HIDE, hide. So many years. Then after that, she tries to conceal her growing deafness from her friends and teachers. Friends and teachers. Remembers noticing, conceal her growing deafness from friends and teachers. But by the time she was 11, her marks had deteriorated. What do you mean by deteriorated? Deteriorated, coming down or decreased. Go down. We can write go down. It is difficult for me to write. Go down. Deteriorated, and her headmistress urged her parents. Urged means compelled. What do you mean by urged? Urged means compelled. Her parents to take her to a specialist. So while she was in 11 years old, which class she was?
6th class, ma'am.
Sixth class, sixth standard. So sixth standard, what happened? Her headmistress requested her parents to take her for a specialist. So her headmistress requested her parents to take her to a specialist. It was then discovered that her hearing was severely impaired as a result of gradual nerve damage. So they took her to a doctor, and he found that he found that her hearing capacity was deteriorated because of an ear problem. Because of a nerve damage or a nerve problem. They are advised that she should be fitted with hearing aids and sent to school for the deaf. So what they advised her to, she should keep hearing aids. Hearing aids, Nana, the things the equipments which help somebody to increase their hearing capacity. So that is what is known as hearing aids, and send it to a school for deaf. Everything suddenly looked blank, says Elvin. So the doctor said to them that the reason behind her gradual deafness is a gradual nerve damage. They cannot do anything for the nerve damage. To make her hear the thing, she should fit with the hearing aids, and she should send for a special kind of school for the deaf children. So Elvin is telling to us that everything become blank. So it was a shocking news for her and her parents also. Got it, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, shall I move to the next paragraph?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
But Elvin was not going to give up. She was determined to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. One day, she noticed a girl playing xylophone and decided that she wanted to play it too. Most of the teachers discouraged her, but percussionist Ron Forbes spotted her potential. He began by playing to large drums to different notes. Don't listen through your ears, he would say. Try to sense it some other way, says Elvin. Suddenly, I realized I could feel the higher drum from the waist up and the lower one from the waist down. Forbes repeated the exercise, and soon Elvin discovered that she sends certain notes in different parts of her body. I had learned to open my mind and body to sounds and vibrations. The rest was sheer determination and hard work. So what she said, at the age of 11, the doctors advised her parents to send her for a special school for deaf children and fit with the hearing aids. So it was a shocking news for Elvin and her parents. But Elvin was not ready to go either old pattern, sending to a deaf school or fitting with the hearing aids. She was not ready to follow the traditional ways. What she decided? She decided to face the challenges courageously. But Elvin was not ready to give up. What do you mean by give up? Throw it away. Okay. She was determined. She decided to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. So what he decided? He decided to continue his normal life and continue her interest in music. One day she noticed a girl playing xylophone and decided that she wanted to play it too. So what happened? One day she saw that a girl was playing a xylophone. Xylophone is a musical instrument. Its picture is given there. So what she decided? She also decided to play the xylophone and decided that she wanted to play it too. But actually the xylophone was playing with the musical notes, but she cannot understand what is this musical notes and how it sounds because she was deaf. Most of the teachers discouraged her. Her teachers discouraged her because they knows her disability very well. But percussionist, what do you mean by percussionist? Percussionist is a musician or a person who plays the drum and tabla, etc. So the percussionist Aaron Forbes spotted her potential. He understood, he noticed the potential of Elvin. And what he did, he began by tuning two large drums to different notes, to different musical notes, a high pitch, low pitch, middle. Likewise, it is there, no children, A, B, A, B. So likewise, two drums he played in different pitch. That time what happened? Most of the teachers discouraged her, but percussionist Ron Forbes spotted her potential. He began by tuning two large drums to different notes. Don't listen through your ears. What advice he have given to her? My dear child, you should not listen through your ears. But how you can feel, try to sense it some other way. So we have how many sense organs are there, children? How many sense organs are there?
Ma'am, 6.
Very good, 6. What are they?
Hearing, seeing.
Hearing,
seeing, tasting, smelling, feeling. So what he said, that we have other sense organs only, sense to have lost, but nearly 5 are there. So you can, what he said, try to sense it in some other way. Says Elvin, suddenly realized I could feel the higher drum from the waist up and the lower from the waist down. So suddenly she felt that she can feel the vibrations of the high-pitched drum and the same time low-pitched drum also. Forbes repeated the exercise. He was repeating the exercises, and soon Elvin discovered that she could sense the certain notes in different parts of her. So what happened while he was continuing this beating of the drums, she felt that she can feel some notes of the music through the different parts of her body, discovered that she could send certain notes in different parts of her body. I had learned to open my mind and body to sounds and vibrations. So that day onwards, she learned, she studied, or she was learned to open her mind and body to the sounds and vibrations. Her world was sounds and vibrations. The rest was so she became a most famous, popular, or most famous musician in the world. It started from her feeling of or sensing of the sounds and vibrations, but there are awards, recognitions, everything that reached her because of her sheer determination and hard work. What do you mean by sheer determination? Hard work and dedication. Good children. So what we study today?
We studied about the sound of in
And we studied about the sound of music, part 1, ma'am.
Always I can hear only two sounds. What about others? Others are sleeping. Huh? What about others?
Yes, ma'am.
Sleeping.
Ma'am,
No, ma'am.
what deaf girl,
No,
ma'am?
we are not.
Ma'am.
We are not.
Shall I reading practice? Shall I conduct reading practice, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, you can.
Ready, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Ready.
Ma'am.
Okay. How many of you completed yesterday's poem? Raise up your hands.
Ma'am, I have posted in boys group, ma'am, but you still didn't posted.
Ma'am, I also posted in boys group.
Boys group I will take, children. Girls group also I will take. You post a separate English activity. Boys and girls group is there. In that group you can post. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I have posted, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So first I will call the names of the person. They can read. Kavin.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Kavin, textbook do you have?
I have
Not now, ma'am. I'm not having.
you.
Screen I will share. By seeing that you can read. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Mathion, ma'am, I have book, ma'am.
Wait. Book ഇല്ലാത്തതിനും പഠിക്കണമല്ലോ. Say Kavin, see Kavin, it is visible only now.
No, ma'am. The
Kavin,
Teams app is only visible.
wait, now it will come. Fine now.
No, ma'am. I guess my net is slow or something.
Uh, then who else is ready? Who's to whom screen is
Now it is
visible?
coming. Now it
Ma'am, it is visible, ma'am.
is visible now.
Okay, okay. Kavin, read Kavin. Yes,
Rush
read
hour
pa.
crowds hostile for position on the underground train platform. A slight girl looking younger than her 17 years was nervous yet excited as she felt vibrations of the approaching train. It was her
Oh,
first day for the prestigious
see, we
Royal
have
Academy of
time. Listen, Kavin, listen. Don't run and go. Okay. Wherever full stop is there, that you can pause there. Okay. Huh? Don't run like a
Yes,
super
ma'am.
fast train.
Okay.
Read,
Was
read.
the first year on the prestigious Academy of Music in London and daunting for NF for NF for any teenager fresh for the Scottish Scottish uh, but this studying musician said the the most he was Alvin Glennie's loss of hearing had been gradual. Her mother remembers noticing something was wrong, and the 8-year-old Alvin was waiting to play before her name and she didn't move. I suddenly realized it is Isabel Glennie. For quite a while, Alvin managed to conceal her growing deafness from friends and teachers, but there's nothing she was 11, deteriorated and dismissed her parents to take to kill if all legacy the
Come to next.
Her
Kavin, am
screen is
I
stuck on the
audible?
yes, ma'am, you're audible, but the screen is stuck on the same page.
Screen is visible only, no.
No, it is visible, but it is stuck on the same page. The first
Third page, the third paragraph you read, pa. Same page,
I mean,
no,
it is not.
I scroll up.
And
Yes,
now
ma'am, I can.
only it's scrolled.
Wait. Kavin, you stop reading. Somebody else, those who can see the screen, start reading, children.
Ma'am, shall I, ma'am? Shall I,
Ah,
ma'am?
yes, what's your...
Ma'am, shall I?
Ma'am, I think
Kavinia, yes, ma'am.
Ah, yes, Kaviniya, read Kaviniya.
Shall I? But Evelyn was not going to give up. She was determined to lead a normal life and pursue her exalted and decided that she wanted to play it exalted. To most of the people complex, but Sparkle's want for distracted her proportionately. He began returning two large drums to different notes. Don't listen to my ears. He tried to set example. Stay away. Suddenly I realized I could feel the high of the face and the top it and everyone discovered that she had in different parts of the body. I had learned to open my mind and body to sound and violence. The rest was sheer determination and struggle. She never looked back from that point onward. She United Kingdom with the youth orchestra, and by the time she was 16, she had decided to make music career. She auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music and scored one of the highest marks in the history of the country. Gradually, social Ma'am, I
Continue reading, pa. Continue.
You scroll the. I said and scroll. Ma'am, you scroll up the screen, ma'am.
Up to where you completed?
Ma'am, up to the fourth paragraph. Solo, ma'am.
Paragraph, which paragraph you have completed? How much paragraph you completed, pa?
Ma'am, up to solo.
Up to follow. Paragraph number there?
4, ma'am.
Now it is showing.
No, ma'am. You scroll up, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
I scrolled up only, but it is not showing me. Network issues. Okay, you leave children. Yesterday's work, those who are not completed, you can take and complete that one now itself. It's a about rain.
No, ma'am.
Poem only, no, ma'am.
Yes, poem. Yesterday, some of you have written in a rough note or a rough sheet that you make it a fair in an A4 sheet paper.
Yes, ma'am.
And complete that one fast. Open the video, children. Open your video, everyone. See, all hands down, children. Some of you have raised your hands. No, put your hands down. Put your hands down, children. Others, those who complete, only 12 members completed. You can read the remaining parts of the prose. Others, finish it fast.